Is Splitgate a Halo Infinite clone? I'm going to hit that one right now with a hard no. Now, I saw a lot of this disrespect thrown in Paladins directions years ago when Overwatch was a thing, and everybody was like, oh, Paladins is an Overwatch clone, and I couldn't disagree harder. They're both great games, but none of them are in each other's shadows. They have perks and cons just like any other proper competitor out there. Now, Splitgate, just breaking this down, they don't shy away from admitting they are Halo with portals. That is the simplest way to break them down. Halo with portals. And at any level, where is that a bad thing, right? If you were being compared to Halo, you're doing okay, right? Because I consider that the gold standard, arguably one of the best shooters of all time. And if you were being compared to them, you're in the right level of caliber, right? That is just beautiful. So we're going to talk about why I had to remake this video. And that is because just recently, they have announced the next phase of their development cycle. They were just granted a $100 million funding to expand their dev team and their vision. That is a huge thing. Now they can be able to keep up with the AAA titles out there because they were just a single-digit team. They were a small team that came in here and built a Halo-like game, added a unique skill feature to the game, and has honestly elevated it to points where it's arguably better than Halo. And I gotta be honest, this is commendable. A 1.5 billion valuation. That is ridiculously unheard of in this space. And it gets me extremely hopeful for the future because I am also a fan of the Halo competitive scene as well. I think from a viewer standpoint, it's the most enjoyable competitive shooter to watch compared to like the BRs and a lot of other games out there. I don't think Call of Duty's as good as watching actual Halo. It's very interesting because it's just raw skill and on-map pickups and all of that stuff adds a unique element to the gameplay myself. And might be a little biased. I was raised on Unreal and Quake and Doom, and this is my type of shooter. Arena shooters are what I was born on. I know they're not the most popular thing in the world nowadays, but it's opening it up to the possibility of another generation being able to accept and adopt this because, well, as I just mentioned, those previous Titans, Unreal and Quake, they have tried reboots and remasters, and they haven't quite taken the opportunity and hit the ground running with those. So to see one come through and become a proper Halo competitor is quite an accomplishment. So respect to the team. That being said, I gotta be honest with you, I like it more than Halo. I really wanted to get Halo Infinite. It was like the only game of two games besides Battlefield 2042 that I wanted this year. And then I started playing Splitgate, and it scratched that itch. I don't feel like I need Halo anymore. I really don't even know if I'm going to purchase it. I enjoy Splitgate that much. So it's good to have a competitor in this space. It obviously drives competition and adds alternatives in case there's just little differences that you like over one compared to the other. This is a very complicated situation for some, and one of the big perks to Splitgate is that it is a true crossplay. It's cross-gen. All of us can play together. My friend code is down in the description of this video. If you want to add me and you want to get some games in, it is a free-to-play on top of that. You literally have nothing to lose. You don't have to put any money into this game ever. There's no walls. There's no pay-to-win. You can add and play with your friends on any platform. And as you can see, they have no issues being silly. I'm currently playing one of their wacky game types called Teabag Confirmed. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's like Kill Confirmed, but instead of you securing the dog tag, you take your nuts and add it to their face. That application is how you secure points, and that is lovely. So they don't have an issue being silly, and they have a competitive side, not to mention a ranked game as well, and there's some sweaty boys in there. But I'm sure you're asking yourself, okay, so this game's Halo. It's not something completely innovative, right? That's nothing new, right? So what's it do? What's it better? Obviously, the crossplay is great because as Halo is an exclusive, this opens the door to more players, and they're definitely not kind of shying away from admitting that they're going to open up the doors with that new $100 million investment. But that funding is going to allow them to go to more platforms, more games, more game types, more updates, and that is just a beautiful thing for us. But that crossplay is a huge one for me because I am, again, a diehard fan of Halo, and to be able to play with everybody and free-to-play is something that Halo is not going to necessarily offer outright. So that, again, that's a big perk for the Splitgate fans out there. Now, the one thing that really separates Splitgate from Halo is its portal system. It works like you would expect it to if you've ever actually played Portal. So there's two different colors, and obviously they create a teleportation system, right? You hit one portal and you open up the other door and you create a link, and it works within physics and gravity. So if I'm jumping from a high area and I end up landing on a portal and my other portal's aimed at the sky, I just get rocketed to the sky, right? Gravity and momentum and all of that matter. And with the accessibility of so many walls and portal walls on the map, the the availability to just go from one side of the map to the other in seconds is possible with mastery. Now, I've said before that, though I don't think it's necessarily likely, this game has a unique chance to explode in popularity. And I'm pretty sure the investors saw the potential in it, obviously. But what I mean by this is, I played Fortnite back in the day, and Fortnite is still the golden standard for how a game can go from nothing to blowing up, right? We've seen other games like Among Us do that. This is one game that I think truly has the capabilities of doing that, and in the shooter space, and that's very interesting for two reasons. For one, obviously, the portal system is a simple concept, but it's executed to a way, and the maps are built in a way that this is really going to widen a skill gap. So when I started playing Fortnite, there weren't really many people that built. It was just kind of a thing. And then you fast forward a couple years after people learned how to build and could turn into giant towers and master that, it elevated Fortnite into just a standard BR into the BR to beat. And that one mechanic, the building mechanic, separated itself from the pack, and it added a skill gap level, a way to master a certain way to play. And this game is no different. If you learn to get good with the portals, it doesn't matter if you can hit shots or anything like that. You can be somebody that can't be seen. You can be sneaky. And map awareness combined with the quickness and reaction time creates really unique opportunities and flanking possibilities. And it will absolutely be a wild ride when you learn to master this. I am still very much a novice, and I have nothing but hunger to get really good at it. And I would recommend you guys trying it now. Like I said, if this game does become the next big game, it'll be important to learn how to do all of this teleporting early on so that you can be able to master up and be ready for when the competitive stuff comes through, because they have already confirmed a competitive thing is coming to this game. We are going to have proper competition, and that gets me extremely, extremely stiff. I'm ready for it, guys. I have seen some of these pros play, and I get lost. I'm like, how do they move the way they do? My gameplay can't give it justice, right? I can't even show you guys if I wanted to. It's a whole nother game, man. And you guys have seen it. You guys have done the starter builds on Fortnite, and then you watch some professional do it, and he just becomes an actual castle in 0.3 seconds. It blows your mind until you get enough practice and can do it yourself. And that's that flair. That's that unique level. They have taken Halo, the beautiful elements that are Halo, they've added that and basically innovated the space. And I couldn't be more proud of them to do this with single-digit team, right? This was a small team and a handful of artists that created one of the best shooters that we've had in years. And now with the investment and the funding, they're going to be able to take that even further and become a proper force to contend with. And we're talking AAA title level. And they can continue to maximize what this game can do and develop others. I said what I said, guys. The game is phenomenal. It's one of the best that I've ever played, and I heavily recommend you guys to get out there and try it. Again, my friend code and the referral code are down in the description below. Get a little bit of in-game coin kickback if you want to use the referral code. No pressure whatsoever, but I would appreciate that if you would. The friend code is there if you guys want to get some games in, or swing by a live stream to see what this looks like live. But I'd say start now, because I think the craze is just beginning, and it'll be important to be in there on the ground level, guys. So this is Splitgate. It's no clone to anything. It's a proper rival to Halo, an honest-to-God alternative. And I think it's an absolutely beautiful game. I prefer it to Halo. I said it. I never thought I'd ever say those words. Ever. Halo 2 is still the best experience I've ever had on a console. But here I am, saying it. I'm surprised. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for sharing part of your day with me. Hopefully you're as passionate and excited about this game as I have, or if you've never seen it for the first time, there's nothing stopping you from trying it. And maybe you find the love and the adoration in this game that I do. So thanks again, guys. See you with another video soon. If you want more Splitgate, please let me know in the comment section below.